A very good afternoon to all the viewers out there tuning in for round 3 of IRC Season 10 Tier-2 Championship. I'm Moto, and joined with me in the comm box today is going to be Mamu Kadmi. What's up, Mamu? How have you been?
How are you, buddy?
All good, man. All good here. Just down with a slight raw cold, but coming back to the scene of the event, we have Mexico.
Yes.
We head to South America today, across the streets of Mexico. A very technical circuit. It has a lot of fast corners, medium speed corners, and that sector 3 as well, which is very, very challenging to nail down. High prospect of rain, always a chance of rain in Mexico. So do keep an eye out for that, and I think we should head on to the track video and have a look how to tackle the circuit. So Mexico, it's 4.3 km long, 17 corners, 3 DRS zones. The third one not quite as useful, but it does help you stick close behind after the S's, which is always a good thing. Yeah, the very, very interesting circuit, very technical and quite hard to get a move done here, despite the awfully long straight you have on the start. Turn 1, hardest braking point, and then the slowest braking point is probably the turn 14, which is the right-handed sector 3. So yeah, a lot of mechanical grip needed for that section, and we should have a look at the Hotlap and see how to actually tackle the circuit in action.
Let's go for a lap on board Helium of the Circuit Hermanos Rodriguez in Mexico City. As you go down the straight, this is going to be a major part of the strategy for people, as the DRS has a substantial effect. You can catch drivers from pretty far back as you head down towards turn 1. Find the 100-meter curb on the left-hand side. With turns 1, 2 and 3, you want to adopt a miss, hit, miss kind of strategy with the curbs. Miss the first curb, cut the second curb, and then miss the third one. DRS open once again, back-to-back DRS zones down to turn 4 here. Interesting entry because the perfect line through here requires you to sacrifice your line through the first corner. A double right-hander through turn 6 and 7 leads us on to one of the most difficult parts of the circuit with very, very tight track limit requirements. This is going to be a place where drivers can rack up penalties very, very quickly in the race if they're not careful. Thread your needle through there, and you're now coming up to possibly the most infamous part of the Circuit Hermanos Rodriguez. Brake, turn in, and now you're presented with the massive and intimidating stadium section. In real life, this can have a major impact as the fans are shouting in order to support their favorite driver. Round the final 2 corners, get as close to the wall as possible, keep as close to the inside apex as possible, come across the line, and that is a lap of the Circuit Hermanos Rodriguez.
And we're back, folks, after that very rapid hot lap from Ashray from Tier 1, a 15.7. Not quite going to be seeing the times over here right now. Considering, yeah, it brings up another point. Considering it is a sprint weekend, so the format we're going to be following is going to be a one-shot qualifying followed by a 12-lap sprint and then a 50% race. Mamu, if you can just confirm that, I think that's right?
Yep, that's right. And looks like people have readied up, so we should be good to go in around 20 seconds.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, you've already raced here. What goes through your mind during a one shot? Because I'm actually one of the people who kind of isn't swayed by this format like too much, because just it ruins the essence of qualifying. I don't just think, because you just get one shot, as the name says. So yeah, what goes through your mind when you have that one lap? Do you push all out, or do you just try to push and take it easy as well?
The thing is, you'll be quite reluctant to push to go all out, and you just want to get that lap in. You don't want to disqualify, you don't want to invalidate your lap. The thing is, the better, I mean, you have a higher chances to qualify in the top 10 if you just put in a lap, and people might disqualify. Just like Dark Knight has, and
Oh, yep.
he has disqualified, he has invalidated his lap.
Yeah. The order is shuffling around quite a bit. Can't quite. Okay, Alex in P1 right now.
Alex,
Yeah, Trendy's dropped off quite a bit. Uh, Yeah, Alex, Kanak, and King James all in contention right now. Yeah, I mean, I completely agree with you. It's so different how you tackle a one shot compared to a short quali, especially on a track like Mexico, where it's so easy to invalidate, right?
Yep, the
Can
mindset change. The mindset changes completely. You,
Yep. Yeah.
I mean, you don't have a second attempt. All you have to do is one lap, and then. Oh no, Alex has dropped down to P9.
Oh no, I think he made a mistake in sector 3. That's Kanak who takes pole position with a 16-6. Very close. At the top there, P2 was also a 16-6 if I'm not wrong. Yeah, very close grid. And yeah, you would definitely see faster times if it was a full session.
Full session, yes.
Faizan, half, less than a tenth, less than half, 500ths off of P1. Very close behind. Miroth in P2, a tenth and a bit behind as well. Heisenberg, ABD, BK, King James, Inc, Alex, and Deepak round off your top 10 for the race. But of course, points are won in the sprint and the main race. So qualifying, it doesn't really hold that much importance here. Considering you have two opportunities to get up the grid, because it's going to be the main race grid is going to be set by the sprint you have, and yeah, you get 12 laps to tussle it out with the other drivers and make those positions up the grid.
Yep.
But yeah, good qualifying right there. Kanaka on pole again. He's been very dominant. Not dominant actually, but quite consistent. He's been always up there. Haven't seen any lapse of concentration. It is overcast for the sprint. So yeah, tire pressures will be changed a bit around here. But yeah, coming back to the sprint, I'm gonna ask something similar. Do you think it's better to just push like a rabid dog in the sprint, or is it just better to wait it out? But you have only 12 laps to do it, right? So what approach would you say is better for the sprint race?
I mean, people starting from the top will have a different approach. People starting from the bottom will have a different approach. People starting from the bottom will try to get as high up the table as they can. They want a good starting position for the main race, right? So yeah, the people starting from the back might push. People starting from the front will try to hold on to their positions.
Yep. Turn one is going to be precarious. I mean, you would probably know it's the longest. I think it is the longest run down to turn one in any track compared to any track in the calendar. If I'm not wrong.
Approximately 2 kilometer long straight. Is it?
Yep. Yeah.
Yes, it is.
But more importantly, yeah, into turn one from the start, I think that's the longest distance we have on the calendar across I think Spain comes close, but no, I think Mexico is a bit longer. Straight is a bit longer by the end of it. So yeah, starting P2 or 3 or even 4 actually is not that bad here, considering the insane slipstream you can get from the drivers in front. And if you get a good launch, then it's all to play for into turn one. So yeah, I think the drivers have got their setups in order. The timer has definitely come out.
Timer is on. We are good to go in 15 seconds.
Yep. So yeah, I'm guessing, Mamu, the drivers are all going to be on mediums, if I'm not wrong, considering it's
12 laps. Everyone has to be on mediums.
Do you think someone's going to do a gamble and start on the softs?
No. The softs won't last. The softs won't last till the end.
Yep. Anyway, here we go. 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and lights are out, and away we go. Finally, yep. The Alpine gets a great start. Faizan Clove instantly tucks into the slipstream. He knows what's up. He knows how to benefit from the start. And further on back, few shuffling around in positions right there. Clean start relatively. Faizan goes up the inside of turn 1. Around the outside sticks FIFA Kanak in his Alpine. Going side by side in this corner. Great racing, tell you what. And I think Faizan's just edged out in front by half a tenth, but he's still in there. They're still side by side. Is the Alpine going to back out? He brakes a bit tentatively. Still side by side. Will the Alpine go for the switchback? The Red Bull of ABD enters the fray and takes the position on the Alpine. What a move that is! Like a sneaky boy. He just took it up the inside of the Alpine right there, and yeah, that's great racecraft and awareness by the Red Bull driver.
Pretty clean start, I must say.
Yeah, pretty clean start. That was
Pretty clean
amazing to
start.
watch. Not a single yellow flag. You'll love to see it.
Nah, there
And
was a
great
yellow flag.
battle. Oh, there was, huh? Okay, but I mean,
But
no
then not much
DNS, no
damage
retirees.
loss.
Yeah,
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 not much damage. So,
yeah. I mean, whatever we
lovely
know,
start.
you never know. There could be some donations to the front wings. We could see. We have missed out on and further down the grid. But yeah, Faizan pulling out quite a good lead. Kind of quite tentative. He's holding back a bit. 6 tenths now behind
Two
ABD right
drivers in
now.
the pits. Sorry to
Oh,
cut you off.
Strendy's retired.
3 drivers in the pits.
Strendy, that's a safety car. Strendy's retired. Could
What?
be, I think it's the last
Okay.
corner. Yeah, exit of the last corner. I
Last
see the
corner,
Williams,
yeah.
yep.
And 4 of them have decided to pit already. Jose Hero, Dark
Oh,
Knight, Stealthy Sunny, and it's Shrey.
yeah, definitely something must have gone on there because pitting this early, it only warrants for the front wing loss. Heisenberg's dropped down quite a bit from his start. Let's see, the other gainers are Ink has got a great start as usual. Deepak as well, 4 positions up. Alex too, 2 positions up. Yeah, pretty even start all around. Yeah, but
ABD has
early
gained
safety
3
car.
positions.
Yeah. Oh, Dark Knight's gone for the soft tire. That's a bold call. Though I think the softs can make it now. Uh,
Yep,
considering
under
there'll
the
be 4
safety car.
laps.
Yep,
Yeah.
they should last till the end. And
Tell
good
you
move by
what,
not going on another mediums. You will need
yeah.
them in the main race.
Yep, that's a good point actually. Yeah, it's good you brought that up. But some people have opted for the mediums. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what Dark Knight can do if he can make his way, scythe his way through the field with those that superior grip he's going to have right now. But yeah, even with the safety car, I think the softs will be just a bit too done in by the end of it. So yeah, could do keep an eye out on that Red Bull driver. There, more drivers pitting, BK and Alex as well. Alex again going for the soft tires. Yep. Uh,
BK
so
going on the mediums.
yeah,
I think people who have
interesting.
pitted for mediums will have to start on old mediums in the main
Yeah,
race as well.
absolutely.
Unless you went for a harder tire strategy.
Yeah. Tell you what, I missed out on the weather telemetry. Was it dry for both this and the main race, or did we just not see it only?
I don't think we saw it.
Yeah. So we are in suspense, like our viewers as well. But as things stand right now, Faizan in P1 with ABD right behind him. Kanak as well in the Alpine. These three will do keep an eye out for these three. They're going to be extremely close in race pace. So
Ink
yeah, a
might join
lot
the
of
party
patterns
as
to look
well.
out. Yeah, Ink. So yeah, top 4 is going to be spicy. Tell you what. And Deepak is always there as well, ready to pounce because he does have the racing expertise for a while. He's a bit of a sim racing veteran. He knows when to go for the moves, and he knows when to hang back. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what he can do in the AlphaTauri. But I think we have one more lap. Yeah, one more lap of safety
One
car.
more.
Yeah, there's a Ferrari. I think Stealthy Sunny is a bit far back, so we're gonna have to wait for him to catch up to the field. Yeah.
The race start is going to be fun with the top 4 drivers battling it out for P1.
Yep. Tell you what, ABD's dropped back quite a bit. He's
Might
trying
be
to get
weaving
the
on the
tires, I
straight.
think. Attempts into his tires.
Yeah, might be weaving on the straight to
Yeah.
warm up his tires.
It's hard to do that when you have full TC on as well because it always kicks in when you try to do a burnout. Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. Position change, and again
Alright.
between Deepak and King James. Hopefully that hasn't glitched out. I think King. Yeah, I think it's
Okay.
glitched out. They're swapping positions again and again. Yeah. So there's an issue with this under safety car. If any of the viewers are wondering what's going on, if you drive alongside a driver in front and you very narrowly eke out in front for a short while, the game thinks that you've gained that position on merit, and if the other guy who gets overtaken tries to get the position back, the game says no, that's an illegal overtake. So yeah, not what you like to see, but I'm pretty sure King James will be giving that position back at the restart if he is a good sportsman. What do you say? Do you think he's gonna do it?
Hopefully he does it, or else
Yeah.
that might be a report because we don't allow it. Whatever the
Yep.
game says, overtaking under safety car is not allowed at all.
Yep. So
Okay,
an
the
instant
safety
5
car is in
seconds.
this lap.
Absolutely, and let's have a look. Faizan's have dropped back quite a bit. The safety car is almost in the pit lane, and he's slowed the pack down quite a bit. Oh, has he gone now? Yeah, he's gone now. He's bolted, but
Yes.
I think he's bolted a bit too early. Yeah, Abdi sort of caught on to that. He's got a 5.5 tenths gap, so not all too bad of a start. Not all doom and gloom for the Merc driver, but Abdi goes defensive, trying to break the slipstream. I think he's weaving to get tire temps into his tires right now. And yeah, I think the gaps is sort of stagnated. No one's close enough to go for a move, and we're gonna have to wait for a while to see some on-track overtakes done. Ink gets a very very nice run on the Alpine, but yeah, the exit wasn't quite up there, and he's dropped back again. Yeah, the gaps are quite stagnant right now, around 5 10 mark, and it is notoriously hard to follow in Mexico, especially with the upcoming sector where you're carrying so much speed through the corner, and when you're in the wake of another car in front of you, you really get washed out wide. So it's going to be interesting to see if these guys have done any setup changes to combat that, because yeah, higher wings can really benefit. Can really benefit from dirty air, like the lack of dirty air. Kanak is following very very well behind the Red Bull ABD right now. Oh, another safety car.
Is it? Oh,
Yeah, it's another one.
who? Is it
Okay,
BK19?
Yeah, that's
I
BK19 who
think
spun
it
out in the S
has
section. He's
S
lost his
section.
wing.
Yep.
But how does that warrant a safety car? There's no one near him. Wow. Well, I guess most of the sprint is just going to be behind a car, a GT3 car.
Yep.
It reminds me of Tier 3 or 2, was it? Singapore.
Oh, I don't remember.
Yeah. Last season, I think almost half of the race was behind
Oh
the
yeah,
safety
that was
car.
tier 2. That was tier 2.
Yep. Yeah,
Okay.
can't quite get any racing action going because, yeah, safety car is very eager to come out here in Mexico today afternoon. And folks, we're just going to have to wait a little bit longer to get some wheel-to-wheel action. And yeah,
Hopefully
let's
we
see.
get some action in the final 3 laps.
Yeah, I think that's when everyone will just go rabid and, fight
Try
for
to
every
gain some
single inch on the
positions, yeah.
track. Yep. It's going to be like a shootout because it throws ERS preservation out of the window, because we'll only have 3 laps of racing, I think. Safety car is going to stick around till lap 7, and then lap 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, 4 laps. Yeah.
Might go on for another lap.
I think the McLaren and the Alpha might be able to catch up. Um,
It-
yeah, it is quite a short lap.
Has to be.
But
No,
I
it's
mean,
not
since
in this lap.
we've
It'll
we've
be
got a bit of
in.
a breather, just give some I don't know, interesting facts. I mean, I adore this circuit. It's one of my favorite circuits to drive on. That sector 3 is just chef's kiss when you nail it right. But did you know that an LMP3 car can carry more speed through that sector because of how slow it is? Yeah, these cars don't have they aren't very good in mechanical sections, so they struggle in low speed corners, especially now that they're so heavy as well. So yeah, that
That's
sector is really, it shows how accurate and how much finesse you have on the brake and the throttle. Because you just drive the car on the brakes and the throttle in the sector. You try to get that oversteer kick in to get the car rotated, because they're all so slow speed, so you can't benefit from the downforce there. So it's very nice when you nail it right, and it's kind of satisfying when you feel that rotation under braking and on throttle. Yeah, it's a very euphoric feeling. At least for me, right? Oh,
It
uh,
is. Did he go off track over there?
I think that was a glitch, visual glitch, because he
Visual
sort of
glitch has to
teleported
be.
back. Yeah.
Safety car should be in this lap. It most probably is. So we'll have 4 laps of racing. People will dump their ERS in the start finish straight. Yeah, it is in this lap.
Yep.
Let's
Four
see how
laps of a
Faizan gets away.
shootout. Let's get our predictions out of the way. Why not? Who do you think is going to get all the podium positions? Do you see any change happening, or is it going to stick around the same?
I feel the top four will be fighting for the podium, and one of the four will miss out on a podium. So I I think Faizan, ABD, and FIFA Kanak might be on the podium for the sprint.
Yep. Uh,
The orders might
Faizan's
change
gone for
it.
the same strat on for the restart. Everybody's not followed. He's not learned his lesson there. He's
He's catching
still
up though.
got. He's going defensive. Another yellow flag. That's BK again? Yeah, he's not having the best of days, is he? But yeah, back to the racing action again. Gaps are around the half 10th mark, and everyone's probably conserving their ERS for the last two or so laps. Another yellow flag. Ooh, there's a big pile up down there. Could we go back there and see what's happened there? With
Oh no, is it chicken? It is chicken, I think.
uh, yeah. Okay.
Oh
Oh shit!
no!
Dark Knight spun. He's lost his front wing. Ay. Not a good day for the Red Bull driver, is it? Oh, okay. Oh my god.
Oh no!
Yeah, that's not quite an unfortunate turn of events there. He's lost his car, he's spun, and his day goes from bad to worse. Still, the Sunny get picking up the first penalty of the race. But further up ahead, things have Faizan zeked out almost a second's worth of a gap. Kanak falling close behind, less than a tenth off. Ink as well, 8 tenths behind Kanak. King James has dropped out of DRS. Deepak is the only one who's very close, but now he's seemed to drop back, and Heisenberg is now on the attack. But Kanak is very close to ABD here. Is he going to go for the move? I think he's exploding all his ERS. He's
Thinking
going to
about
go
it.
down the inside into turn one. Oh, backs out. Very tentative on the brakes there. And yeah, wise of him to back out because that corner tightens up quite a bit. ABD goes off track. But I think he might have hampered his run on the exit there, which allows the Alpine to have another bite of the cherry. Is he going to go down the inside? No, he chooses to hang back. But yeah, this is shaping up to be a good battle right now, and yeah, ABD is defending very well.
Ink, however, has lost a lot of time on FIFA Kanak. He is
Yep.
9 tenths behind FIFA Kanak. He's a second behind him now.
Yeah, that's not good, is it? He's going to lose the RS. Ooh, you don't want to go for a move there, brother. Yeah, chooses wisely to stick back and wait for the slipstream down the massively long straight. We've got
Sticks
another
close
spun
one.
car in the McLaren. Oh, is that another? Okay, it's a VSC. It's a VSC, all
It's a
right.
VSC, yeah.
Oh no, it's a Oh my god.
Oh no. Okay.
My. It's going to finish under safety car.
No, the game doesn't let it. The game doesn't let it finish under safety car. I think it might be in this lap.
Wow.
So we'll
But
have one
yeah,
one
how
lap
is the
of
safety
racing.
car coming out? Because there's no one around him when he spins as well.
Wait, what? 20-second time penalty speeding under the safety car.
Oof, PK's day just gets worse and worse by the minute.
Alright.
Yeah, the Alpha not having a good showing, is he?
Dark Knight has decided to pit again.
Yep. I don't
But
think Dark Knight can do much from where he is right now.
the
It's a bit.
safety car won't. Yeah, the safety car won't wait for them to join back.
Yep. If what you say is right, then it's going to restart this lap itself. Because minimum 2 laps of racing has to be there.
Might be
So
in this lap.
yeah, it I think it most definitely will. Tell you what, and hopefully Faizan and ABD and all know that and are ready to pounce on the Merc in front, and Faizan's ready to defend, and probably change his approach to his restart because he's done the exact same thing twice. Granted, it's worked somehow, but he really should change his approach because ABD should sort of see a pattern developing here as to when he's going on the power on the restart, so he can catch him out. But yeah, let's see. Third time's the charm, and maybe the Merc was going to execute some different strategy right now. He's shaping up the final corner. Nope. It's literally the same thing. I've seen
Same
this
thing.
shot like 3 times now. But ABD is okay. No, he's further back actually. He's further back and he's not held on to Faizan on like close behind him, and he's dropped back more than what he did last time around. Ink, however, has got a great restart and he's got the run on the Alpine. He's expurging all his ERS. There's a change for the below. Alex has gone past face crack right there. But further up top, I don't think any change can be noticed right now. Oh, is Yastin gonna go for a move down the inside? No, backs out last second. Uh, yeah, again, gaps have stagnated and no one's really pulling the trigger apart from the Aston of Ink, I think, who's really close behind the Alpine, who's a bit flustered on the safety car restart. And we all know how good Ink's racecraft is. He really knows how to choose his lines when he's following a car behind. But so does the former tier 1 driver of King James, though he's out of contention really. He's got a penalty to his name, so I don't think he should be going for a move because it's going to end up costing both of them time.
Not a good time to get a penalty when the cars have bunched up together. He might lose
Yep.
a lot of positions.
Yep, yep. Might as well. I think drop all the way back down. Faizan pulling out nearly a second. He's pulled out a second, and yeah, he's been really flawless in this one, hasn't he? He's not put a foot wrong. He nailed the start. He nailed all the restarts somehow. I don't know how that happened, but he nailed all the restarts, and he's just up there in his own right, and I think he's home free. Last lap of the race. Let's have a look at the gaps and see who is going to be brave enough to pull the trigger on the last lap of the sprint.
I think they'll decide to hold on to positions for the main race now.
Yep.
Instead of going for a move and not making it, it's better to hold on positions and try and make try and make the best out of it in the main race. Faizan is pulling away from ABD. He's 9 tenths away. So I think Faizan, ABD, FIFA Kanak should be P1, P2, P3. As Faizan goes around the final corner. Yep. He takes the checkered flag and comes home to P1. ABD P2, FIFA Kanak P3, Ink P4. Deepak gains a lot of positions. King James drops down to P9. Heisenberg P9, Heisenberg P6, Alex 7, Face Crack 8, King James 9, 8
Oh,
straight
some
10.
debris on the track, but I think that's the AI doing AI things. Dark Knight gets the fastest lap, so you'll have that to his name. But yeah, quite an uneventful sprint actually. Nothing really happened. It was mostly under safety car, and yeah, I hope that the main race, is not going to be in similar fashion. Otherwise, it's going to be a long one, isn't it? 36 laps
Yep,
as well.
36 laps plus the 12 laps of the sprint, so it's a long weekend.
Yeah. What happened, Kai?
Hey, wait, our audio is going on the stream.
Is it? No, no, I think it's muted.
I
Oh,
hope we're not
simply,
up.
simply,
Yes.
can you take over?
Why?
Uh, I'm sort of unwell. Yeah, it's not going to be good on the stream if I continue. Just take over for me.
Hey, we're live on stream. Supremekai. Mute us.
I told you.
Kai.
Please.
All right, folks, we're back after that short break. Some technical issues on our side and the game side as well. Um, but yeah, it's good to be back, and let's hope for a good race onward now. As the drivers just get ready, getting ready, loading the setups in because it was a lobby restart. So yeah, hopefully everyone's done that because you do not want to be driving on default setup around this circuit as well. Especially sector 2 where you'll just have no turn in. Oh, someone ready it up early again? Or is that a glitch? I think.
That might be a glitch. Yes.
Yeah, I hope it is a glitch because that's not good. Uh, 2 times in a row, folks. Gotten a bit rusty, but yeah. Do you think they're going to be 3 safety cars or more maybe in the main race as well? Or do you think they're going to tone it down a bit and probably drive a bit under the limit this time around, considering it's a long one, not a 12 lap sprint?
Yep. Hopefully they tone it down because there's a lot of laps to overtake. So hopefully you don't have a lot of safety cars. Yeah. We need to see some action and not 20 cars driving behind a slow car.
Yep. We definitely do not want to have a look at that parade.
A bit of weather change might be fun, but I don't think it is a wet race.
Well, it
It
is
is. It's a bit
overcast,
cloudy.
and
Yeah.
we didn't get the telemetry overlay, so we don't know actually if it's gonna be dry throughout or if it's gonna end up raining. Yeah, rain. I would be up for that, man. Rain will add so much to the mix. It's a really good. Well, in real life, it's an equalizer. It sort of removes the deficit of lack of engine power a constructor may have because yeah, it's down to driver skill. Uh, but in the game, it's more on the driver actually because the cars are already equal. So yeah, it's gonna be the opposite of an equalizer. We might see some larger gaps opening up if it rains and some more spicy action as well.
There'll be a lot of different strategies in play if it rains.
Yep. Oh yeah,
So yeah,
speaking
I'm
of
up for some
strategy.
rain.
Yeah, go ahead.
Let's go.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just saying I'm up for some rain if it
I
may
mean, who
change.
isn't?
Yeah.
Always adds to the mix. But yeah, speaking, and it's funny you mentioned strategy because do you reckon a two stop will be faster or is it going to be a one stop for everyone? Which has been the standard throughout this game, the meta, if you will.
People might go for a one stop, but then if we have some safety cars, they might eventually turn into a two stop or a three stop, depending on the number of safety cars.
Yeah, that is true.
So you
Uh,
can't bank on anything. You need
yep.
to
You
play
need to
it
always
safe.
adapt to what's
Yeah,
happening on track.
play it safe, adapt to the safety cars.
Yeah, I think they've probably extended the 1 minute timer. uh,
They might need
because no
some.
one has
Might,
been, no
yeah,
one has gotten ready yet.
they might. They should be ready with all the setups by now.
Yeah, I think
Let's
we're
see.
waiting on one driver to join. I just had a look at the chat.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
one driver needs an invite, so yeah, just got a bit of a delay on our hands, folks, and we'll be right back to racing action. But a bit of a blast from the past, actually. In the previous games, Mexico and Canada were the two stop was always quicker than the what do you call the one stop. In fact, it was notably quicker, like at least a second and a bit quicker. But
Interesting.
yeah, but I think in this game, the tire wear is just so high and so harsh actually that I don't think it might be worth it. As the timer is now live and we have 20 t minus 22 seconds till we get some nice pure wheel to wheel action between our drivers right now. 36 laps of pure racing. Uh, and yeah, let's get on board and see what Mexico brings in store for us.
Hopefully it's a clean start, just like the
Yeah, it'll
sprint
be a
that we
clean
had.
start, I think.
Tier 2 drivers are pretty skilled.
Yep.
And okay, take us through.
3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. Lights out. Not quite yet. Lights out now, and away we go. Faizan again getting a great start. The telemetry sort of hampering our visuals there, but yeah, it's going to be a dry race by the telemetry there. Ooh, very scrambly on the front there. A lot of drivers fighting for position. It's nearly 3 wide into turn 1. Ooh, what a move! What a move! If he can pull it off, tries to hang it round the outside, can't quite get it done. But yeah, that was very reminiscent of what Max did to both the Mercs in 2021, from what I recall. But yeah, AVD getting a pretty bad start this time around, losing 2 positions on the start. Kanak and Ink getting good starts, and Faizan again just getting the pitch perfect start as usual. But yeah, Kanak has some superior race pace. We've seen him with quite a lead in terms of race pace, and it's going to come into play right now because he's following so close behind the Merc of Faizan. Is that a VSC? Please be a VSC. We do not want a GD3 car on the track. Okay, I think it's a VSC, yeah.
It is a VSC, yeah. Don't see the safety car dot on the track map.
Yeah. Oh, we got a retirement already. It's existence. He's bent it out of what is that? The double apex right hander, if I'm not wrong. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that is the VSC in the first lap itself, and yeah, hopefully it remains a VSC and we don't we get back to racing action as soon as possible.
Interesting to note, Strandy has gained 9 positions over there.
Wow,
What
yeah.
a lovely start he has had.
Yeah, complete what do you call opposite end of the spectrum to what happened to him in the. Oh, what's this? Connect trying to go for a move under yellow flags. Hold on, son. Oh my God, it's green.
Oh, it's
So he's got a
green.
great restart. I think he played the delta really perfectly, and Faizan nearly got caught out by that. But it's hampered his line on the exit of turn 3, which will allow the Aston of Ink to pull on alongside and go for the Send of Dreams into the corner. Side by side they go. No, I think Ink is pulled out in front. Great move there from Ink, and yeah, Kanak sort of couldn't quite get the exit nailed on the exit of 3, and it's cost him 1 position right there.
He got squeezed on turn 1, I think, which compromised his line for
Yeah.
turn 2 and 3, which brought Ink back into contention. Now he's
Oh,
in
another
P2.
yellow flag. Oh, that's Chicken all the way to back down in turn 1. He's had an offing. There's another driver out.
That's Alex, I think.
Alex is out. He's out in the. He's not out, but he's lost it in the S
spun.
section. Yeah. Oh wait, can we have a look at the tires, guy? Because I think Ink is on softs. Yeah, no wonder.
Oh,
Yeah, Ink is on
that's
soft
interesting.
tires. Wow.
Is
So
he
he
going
is
for
going for the
soft,
two
medium,
stop.
medium?
Yeah, soft, medium, or soft, medium, soft, whatever floats his boat. And he will be putting those soft tires to good use right now. He has to be making up positions. It's integral for him to pull away because those tires, the drop off is so quick. Like after 3 laps, you feel like you're driving on the rims. So you can see he's like nudging the Merc in front through the corners. He's urging him to go on ahead, go drive faster in a way. On the grass, he's side by side into that turn 4 corner. He goes down the inside. His ERS is flashing. Faizan gives him a squeezing,
Oh, no.
taps him behind back as well. And that is not what Ink wanted in the books for him today. Yeah, not a good outcome. Has he got damage? He's still 8 tenths behind Faizan. He's not lost out that much time. But yeah, he's lost out time to Kanak, so hopefully he can pull out back again. But these top 3 are in a league of their own because Deepak has dropped back like a rock in to the bottom of the ocean floor because he's 1.7 seconds behind. Ink again already on the back of Faizan. He knows how crucial it is for him. He's already used up quite a bit of his ERS, which is very uncharacteristic of the Aston driver. He's not one to spam, if you will, his ERS all in one go. So yeah, he's really desperate to get some moves done. And we'll have a look and see. Can we have a look at Faizan? Yeah, 24% ERS. I think he's got nearly double. Will Ink go down the inside here? Faizan tries to defend it. Ink with a superior grip breaks. That much later, he's had to cut the corner there. Ooh, a very half-hearted move for the Aston there. And he's getting frustrated. He knows how much this is hampering him. Because, yeah, Faizan, when those stars start kicking in, he will be flying away from the Aston there. But
There's another yellow.
great racing. Yeah.
Great racing indeed. Well, Ink is definitely out of the ARS, but those softs are in their prime. But yeah, Faizan, as Moto just said, he'll just have to wait for maybe another 2 or 3 more laps before those tires kick in, and he will be pretty much pulling away from Ink because those tires are about to die. But Ink is obviously helped with the fact that he does have the DRS, and now they're both going side by side. Ink is being forced around the outside, and I do not know what's happening. Oh, well, by the looks of it, Ink has pulled ahead. He is ahead of Faizan. And yeah, well, Ink takes the lead for now. Faizan will get the DRS on the main straight, which is a lot more crucial than getting the DRS before. But FIFA connects right behind Faizan. He's actually closer to Faizan than Faizan is to Ink. So that could be a bit further hampering Faizan's abilities to make a move on Ink, although Ink is completely out of the ERS, and Faizan is as well. Now Faizan and Ink are going side by side, almost 3 wide, and there's contact between Ink and Faizan. Faizan has been spun around. Ink is still in the lead of this race. Faizan does not seem to have any damage, but yeah, very bad for Faizan.
Deepak and Heisenberg enjoying the fight happening in front of them as they're catching up to the pack. But Faizan dropping down to P6. Who knows? And Dark Knight making up a lot of positions. He's up to P7 now on his 4-lap old softs.
Indeed, Dark Knight, well, those softs are still in their prime, so he's using almost all of them. And from what I have heard, he's going for an aggressive strategy here. So he is hoping for a safety car soon to possibly box onto mediums and then finish the race while doing 2 more stops. So a medium from there on out, or perhaps even a hards, but that comes down to how his race goes on. But for now, that is what I believe is Dark Knight's strategy, and that is what he's looking to pull off. Meanwhile, his teammate ABD on those hards, he's going long like most other drivers on this grid, and he's just waiting for Dark Knight to make that move on Faizan now, because Faizan's tires will for sure be a bit hot. I mean, they won't be as hot as other tracks because it is cloudy, and of course you can't gain a lot of temperature on here. But still, ABD lacking a bit behind. Who's not lacking is his teammate, who's just gone past Faizan on the main straight. Before even turn one comes, Jose Hero pits onto mediums from the hards. And that is King James as well, moving up on Ashray. Ashray trying not to give up the position, but of course, unfortunately, he has to concede. Now, we also, of course, worry about Miroth, who's right behind him. But Miroth does have a time penalty, so I think he'll be a bit more relieved when Miroth does go by. That is, if he does go by. But right now, of course, looking a lot faster than Ashray, so Ashray is under a lot of pressure.
Taking close to Ashray at the moment. He go for a move on the main straight. Not on the third one though. The third DRS straight is not that helpful to the drivers. It just keeps them close by, maintain the gap, and then sets them up for the final DRS straight if they can stick close by through the sector 3.
Indeed, and that is the toughest thing to do, as there's yellow flags for what WTF chicken in sector 1. I believe that is after the first 3 corners, and yep, that is WTF chicken. And as you were saying, or well, rather as I was saying, it is quite hard to do so following drivers in sector 3 because you need that mechanical grip. And that's FIFA Kanak who's trying to make a move on Ink as well. Ink's tires are definitely dead now, but quickly wrapping up what I was saying, sector 3, you need mechanical grip. These cars do not have mechanical grip. And dirty air as well, that just completely hampers any chances of you getting closer to the driver head unless you're at least a second and a half, 2 seconds faster than them, which is quite hard to pull off on this track. So yep, coming back to the lead battle now, FIFA Kanak on those prime hards, followed closely by Heisenberg on those prime mediums, who are both following Ink on those pretty much dead soft. Who do you think will take the lead of this race? Could it be Heisenberg making a double move on FIFA Kanak and Ink, or would it just be FIFA Kanak?
Ink definitely has to pit in a couple of laps. He might be praying for a safety car now. Heisenberg's tires are in his prime right now, 6-lap old mediums. Then FIFA Kanak Heisenberg makes a move on FIFA Kanak in sector 3. He makes a mistake. He's on P2 now, and Ink is in the pits. Heisenberg leads the race right now. And FIFA Kanak has DRS and Heisenberg. No, Heisenberg has the DRS.
Weirdly, yes, he does.
Even
But yeah,
FIFA Kanak has the DRS. They both have
it,
DRS.
oh, they both. Okay, that's weird. So I mean, FIFA Connect did close in because he did have the slipstream at the end of the day, but of course it's not enough.
And they both have DRS again. Oh yeah, Ink might have given DRS to Heisenberg. That's
Yep,
what
that's
might have
that's
happened. Yeah.
probably it. We can see now. Oh, that is Chicken who's retired through the S's. Will that be a safety car? That is a safety car.
That is a full safety car. Yes.
Is this the first one for the main race or the second one? I believe the first.
It's the first one. It's the first one. It was a VAC before.
Right, yes. Well, this will help out Dark Knight a lot. So Dark Knight has been completely lucked out here. And
Ink on the opposite side of the spectrum.
exactly, he's going to be pissed because he's down in P14. And well, the hard runners don't have to pit yet. They won't even consider pitting. Heisenberg might pit, but he's not going to fall as far behind as Ink is right now. So yeah, Ink is definitely going to be frustrated, and he definitely has a lot of work to do to come back now.
Heisenberg is into the pits. Yes, he is. He's going. Is he going for hards? Is he going for another mediums? Hards
Has to go
definitely
for
won't
Hans
last.
now.
Hards
He won't last, but he can
as
always.
well.
Oh,
Yeah.
Aizen
Oh,
gets a
he is.
5-second penalty for severe collision with Dark Knight.
Oh
But
no.
they're in the pits. So how's that happened?
How?
I wonder.
Funny. And Dark Knight's out on another pair of softs. Okay.
He's going extremely aggressive. Okay. I think he's going for a soft, maybe a hard
Medium?
after. What?
Disqualified?
Fuck. But he's in P1?
Yep.
Has he overtaken the safety car? He's overtaken the safety car!
He has. He has. Oh
He's
no.
in an existence! Oh my god!
He's having such a great
FIFA
race.
Canuck in prime position to win this race has now been disqualified. Deepak takes the lead of this race. ABD in P2 and Strendy after so long finally in top 3. And well, Deepak, ABD and Strendy are very close to each other on the pace. So the battle for the lead is certainly not over. And you know, it's just gonna get even more exciting now, but that was very weird. That was very uncharacteristic from FIFA Kanak.
Yeah, how I still don't understand what happened over there. How did he overtake the safety car? That's a bit weird, but
Yeah, because I mean he'll be able to see that big
Right.
fat Aston Martin in front of him, so I'm not sure how he's done that. It could be a glitch. For all we know, maybe he didn't have a safety car on his screen. That could be, and that's ABD pitting very. No, that is Trendy pitting very early from the hards. I believe he could be going on to the mediums from here, but it simply does not make sense to do that.
he will have to pit one more time after
Exactly.
the safety car. So yeah, it does not make sense. And why would he pit so late?
Yeah, when he's well firmly in P3, he's pit, and this does
Yeah.
not make sense. I mean, they probably have some data that we don't. You know, maybe they're
Might.
getting fed some information that we are not aware of, and who knows? Maybe at the end of the day, they could be benefiting a lot off of it. But for us, for right now, though, it does not make sense. Faizan pits as well, and he is well last.
From leading the race to going to the last right now, might have had some wing damage.
That could be from that severe collision with Dark Knight, but
And
so
Ink is up
confused.
to P9.
Ink is up to P9, but that is not where he was hoping to be.
If only he had waited one more lap, he would have. He would have been in the
Remained
top
in the
three,
top 5,
four.
top 6.
Yeah,
At the very back of 5, top 6. And yeah, well, it is what it is. And I think the safety car will have to stay out for one more lap because Faizan's not caught up to the back yet.
yes.
So,
Definitely out for one more lap.
I can already hear all of the drivers' reactions in the team radios as they've just realized it. All of them saying a few certain words that cannot be mentioned. But I guess you guys can think what those are. But it is frustrating, when because all of them obviously expected the safety car to go, and all of them were weaving, and then suddenly now it has to stay out for one more lap. So it gets a bit frustrating, but it is what it is. At least now it is guaranteed that the safety car will go in this lap. So, right now, Deepak, the race at Jose's pit. I have no
Okay.
idea why. I'm
What's
so
going on?
confused. I'm so confused.
Everyone is.
Exactly. Like, okay, well, he's gone onto the hards, but why? Why would you pit now under the safety car? And
Not earlier, yes. Everyone is confused.
exactly, I'm at a loss for words right now because I'm very confused and baffled as to what's happening.
Yep, and now he has to catch to the pack. He will, yeah. Safety car should be in this lap.
Yeah, Jose will catch up, but still very weird. And considering that he's come out on 70-degree tires, all of these guys will have 80-85-degree tires, and they'll have a lot more grip than Jose, whose tires is just gonna cool further and further down, especially on those new hards. And he's just not gonna have any temps for the next 3-4 laps.
Some strategic play going on with the teams.
A weird one for sure, but we will have to see
Yep.
now as we shift our focus onto what Deepak, our race leader, for now, as the safety car will be going in this lap.
I hope no one has to pit again now.
It will. If someone pits now, it's yeah, it's a bit peak.
Okay.
But yeah, shifting our focuses on to what Deepak as he waits. He slows the pack down, waiting for the safety car to go in. It is in his hands now to restart the race. Weaving, trying to get the temps in, recharging the battery completely. Mirath and Ashray are going side by side. And Deepak has gone, but he's not got the best of restarts because he is right behind him.
Yep, ABD has stuck close by. He's just 4 tenths away from him. Getting the slipstream. He's around.
Can we go to
He's
Stealthy
aiming at
Sunny
Deepak,
really
he's
quickly?
aiming-
Can we go on but Stealthy Sunny? He seems to be very close to Mirath. Yeah, they're making it 3 wide almost. Well, Stealthy Sunny and Heisenberg are going side by side. Stealthy Sunny has the inside for turn 2 and he is ahead. He is very close to Mirath, and I think BK19's made a mistake. He's dropping down positions. Quite a few of them. And Ink and Alex, Ink getting past the Alex here. Heisenberg again trying to launch a move on Stealthy Sunny. Oh, that is Mirath and Stealthy Sunny, and Stealthy Sunny has been spun around. There's Heisenberg and Stealthy Sunny now. And Ink's joining the battle as well. Ink and Heisenberg are going side by side. Heisenberg gets a bit of a wheel spin coming out of that corner, and because of that, he has to concede a position. Now it is down to Stealthy Sunny to defend off from Ink, which won't really be possible because Ink is on much fresher mediums. Although it does say 4 laps old, he has spent 3 of those 4 laps under the safety car, so those tires will be absolutely fresh. And looking at still Stealthy Sunny, who is very close to Mirath as well as Ink. Ink and Stealthy Sunny going side by side through the stadium section, and Ink is ahead, but not without some wheel banging. Heisenberg's trying to launch a move. There's contact between Heisenberg and Stealthy Sunny. I believe Stealthy Sunny was corrected back by Heisenberg, but that will for sure be a report.
Pretty decent race start for everyone except Stealthy Sunny. He's lost a lot of positions over there after a collision with Heisenberg. And Dark Knight making some inroads. He's up to P7 now on those softs. Oh, that's Heisenberg losing his rear end.
I believe he had contact with someone, so yeah, well, immediately Commentator cursing the drivers. Stealthy Sunny's
Yeah.
disconnected. That's Alex conceding to Faizan. And Stealthy Sunny's ghosted car getting passed by everyone else now.
And Deepak is pulling away from ABD. He's 1.4 seconds clear of ABD.
Yeah, but I wonder, is he completely dumping his ERS? King James and ABD. ABD is disconnected. ABD is disconnected!
Disconnected. Oh, okay.
Oh my god. Okay, that is very
That
frustrating
explains.
for him. Heisenberg spun out again through the SS. Can you quickly go on but Heisenberg?
Does he have any damage? I hope not.
Can we go on board Heisenberg? No damage.
Doesn't seem to have any damage, so
Well, ABD's joined, but he's falling out of that DRS between King James and Deepak. That AI really loves dumping its ERS as well as using up all of the tires. So, yeah, well, ABD's getting unnecessary amounts of wear as well as ERS dumping, whereas Ink, while dumping his ERS, could not get past Mirror just yet. Still going side by side through turn 2. He has a much better grip compared to Mirath and he is ahead. Goes wide on the exit of turn 3, but still has a large enough margin to not get overtaken again. Whereas Dark Knight and Mirath are going side by side. Dark Knight is going to get hindered by Ink because he was on his line, and he has been hindered because he could not break late to try and defend for himself. And well, still going side by side, has the inside lane, and he is ahead of Mirath. So somehow it's worked out. Now Strandy is joining the battle as well. Strandy going side by side with Mirath, going through the very infamous corner for Tier-1. If you know, you know. But yes, Strandy's managed to pull off a very good move himself. Now Faizan and Jose Hero next in line to make a move on Mirath. Will they be able to get past them? Faizan sends it down the inside with those fresher mediums. He has a lot more grip right now, of course, compared to Mirath. Still side by side through the stadium section. Faizan is, well, tried to be ahead but could not get past Mirath there. Unfortunate, but he does have this long main straight and he is very, very close, but he's out of the ERS as well. Has the DRS, has the slipstream now? He's not using his ERS, or rather he is, because he's completely out of it and he flies past Mirath.
Should be an easy move with DRS on that straight, and now Jose Hero might be sizing up a move on on Merath on the next DS straight.
It has to be, let's just hope it is clean, because they've both been in a few contacts themselves this race. Hopefully nothing too serious. They're going side by side. And, well, almost look like Jose had contact with someone, but I guess that's just a camera angle trickery. I guess he almost had contact with Alex. Alex did really get quite close there, but Jose is out of the ERS, whereas Alex and Mirath obviously have a lot more, so this is going to be bad for him. Who has gotten a time penalty? I cannot tell, but there is yellow flags.
Yep, I see yellow flags.
I cannot tell what is happening because the stream for us is a bit blurry. So if anyone's getting any severe penalties, we're not able to tell. We do apologize for that. But yeah, we'll keep going over what's happening on track right now. Moving on to Dark Knight, who is on that soft, maybe medium strategy, and he's inching in closer and closer to Ink. Now they're both going side by side, and Dark Knight is ahead going into turn 1. Okay. Supreme, could you quickly restart your Discord stream by any chance? Because it is a bit laggy and blurry. Yeah, okay, I guess we'll just live with it because it is a bit annoying, but okay. Shelly Sunny has spun out and it's just made his race go from bad to even worse.
ABD has fallen 2 seconds behind the top 2 drivers.
I believe ABD has joined back, so I think that is him under control now.
Alright, and he has picked up a 3-second penalty.
While he's at it as well, so yeah, that is not ideal for sure. BK19 losing out in 2 positions yet again. Back to back. BK not having the best of races for him. Who is having a pretty good race though? It is Dark Knight, who's about to make another move on Ashray. Moving up into P4. Has a lot of VRS left in the bank still. And yeah, Heisenberg getting a 3-second time penalty. Ashray getting overtaken by Ink as well. So Shrey's lost 2 positions back to back. Ashray and Ink going side by side. Can we go on board them? Ink is ahead of Ashray. And yeah, pretty comfortable move for him. Mirath and Jose Hero in the back, they're having a scrap themselves. Jose Hero seems to have gotten ahead of Mirath. Shrikant Das getting past BK19. Oh, and wheel banging between Strendy and I think it was Faizan, but yeah. Nobody seems to have any damage so far.
Dark Knight on those 8-lap old soft, I think he will have to box this lap or next lap at best. So let's see where he comes out. He might be praying for a safety car right now. Let's see if he lucks
He
out this time or
definitely
not.
is. I mean, I think he can go 2 more laps with those tires because he did spend a good amount of time with those under the safety car. But then again, let's not rely on those soft because they do die out very, very easily and very, very quickly. That's King James having a moment coming out of the final corner. But yeah, Deepak could be a race winner here. Of course, let's not confirm anything. But looking at his current pace, he seems to be quite quick to say the least.
And he's clear, 1.5 seconds clear of King James, so he's having a chill drive today. Let's see. And he's on 17 lap old hard, so he will have to pit.
Yeah, he will have to pit at some point, but not yet because those hards do last for a long time. And
They can go for
that is
20,
two
22
disconnected
laps.
cars fighting each other. Right. Okay.
Right.
Well, let's not focus there then. But yeah, what we can focus on is this three-way battle between Ashray, Faizan, and Strendy. All of them fighting, of course, Faizan and Strendy on those mediums, which will be dying in the next about 4 or 5 laps. And well, the mediums do have quite a big drop off, so I'm pretty confident that they've started dropping off at this point, and soon they'll be left with no pace. The tires will last for about 14-15 laps, that is what the tire age is, but yeah, it's not going to be quite a lot. And on board through the stadium section with Faizan, you can see Shrey struggling for a bit of pace right now, of course, on those 17, well, rather 18 lap old hards right now. Faizan is completely out of the ERS. He's gonna have the DRS here. Shrey is out of it as well. But yeah, Faizan does not seem to be gaining much on Shrey. Well, now he is,
Now
but
he does.
he was lifting off. Did you see that?
I think that might be a visual glitch, who knows?
Hopefully it was a visual glitch because it was definitely a bit weird because it looked like he was lifting off of his throttle while being on a straight.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Faizan of course gets the DRS because it's one detection for 2 DRS straights. And Strendy has gone past Stray as well while we were talking about this. Ink for getting very, very close to Dark Knight. Dark Knight tires are pretty much dead at this point. That is a guaranteed. So Dark Knight was definitely hoping for a safety car. Otherwise, he's gonna fall out of the top 10.
Yep, if there's no safety car, he might have to box this lap, so
I mean,
I think he
realistically,
can go for mediums. He can go for mediums
Yeah.
till the end now.
exactly. He can go onto the mediums, but realistically, he might just want to wait out for maybe another lap or two because those softs can stretch out for 12, maximum of 13 laps. But yeah, I think Dark Knight's pitting. Yeah,
Yep,
Dark
he
Knight
has
is
decided to
pitting.
pit.
Oh, and I think Deepak's made a mistake somewhere because King James is within a second of Deepak. Can we go on with Deepak to check how much ERS he has? Oh, 10% lesser than King James. That is still a big amount here, especially on this track, considering how much of it you need. Both their tires are orange, that means they're pretty much dead. They're on their final stages. Practically, they need CPR to stay alive, and that is what Deepak and King James don't want, and that is fighting. King James will be frustrated now because, of course, he won't have the grip from his tires. Plus, he's getting a lot of dirty air from Deepak right now. That's just gonna worsen his tires conditions. Whereas Deepak, well, he just has to hope that King James doesn't get closer to him and start fighting him because that's gonna cost him tire life as well.
Yep, battling at this point will not make sense at all because they both are on very old hearts and they lose time to ABD, who will be looking to gain time on them, while those three still have to make a pit stop.
Well,
They all are on
Deepak's done
old
enough to
hearts.
pull out a second.
Yep, King James is out of DRS now.
He is indeed, but I think he got the DRS through the detection. But Deepak's had a pretty, yeah, he does because Deepak's had a pretty
Yes.
good final corner he pulled out. But still, a gap is indeed a gap, and he is managing to pull it out right now. So Deepak's trying to extract whatever he can out of those tires in order to stay ahead. Because when the pit stops come around, especially for these guys, it should be around in a lap or two. Yeah, well, he wants to stay ahead of King James. That is crucial for him.
And I think Ink is closing on to ABD now. He's 4 tenths off. Yep. He might try to go for a move on the main DRS straight. He'll try to use the S section and the third DRS straight to stick close to ABD.
That is indeed
Yes.
the option. Can we have look at the tires?
He's closing in.
Yeah, well, APD is a 20 lap old
Yep.
hards, whereas Ink is on 13 lap old mediums, and I'd say their tire wears are around the same. Maybe ABD has a little bit more, but because of the nature of the mediums, of course, they're going to be on pretty much around the same tire wear. Although ABD does have a time penalty as well to put salt in the wounds, so if Ink gets past him here, he will be in P3. But of course, these guys are all hoping for a safety car. Ink sends it down the inside. ABD blocked the outside line because of that he manages to stay ahead, but Ink is using his ERS still to the corners, uses the DRS, he's completely out of the ERS, sends it down the inside, and very close to contact there between Ink and ABD. Nothing so far, the very good racing, and Ink still following ABD, although Ink is completely out of the ERS. I can't help but bring that up because that's just going to hinder his straight line by a lot. These S's are crucial for the both of them because on the next straight, someone's going to close in, and yeah, well, they just have to hope, well, rather, Ink has to hope that he can stay, as close as he is now to ABD while going through the stadium section, because the DRS direction for the big long straight is coming up right now. That is the detection. He is well within it. He's very close to ABD as well. This could be an easy move.
And you know what? Faizan is loving the battle as he's closing into them.
Indeed, he is. He's like, fight more, fight more. Well, Ink yet again out of the ERS. Has the DRS, has the slipstream, pulls out to the outside. Is being forced on the outside. He's going to try and make a move on the outside here. Has the inside line for turn 2. And has the inside for turn 3. And he is ahead coming out of turn 3.
And he'll get DRS again, so... And Faizan has closed in a lot. He's 4 tenths away from ABD now.
Indeed, so now Faizan is also looking to make a move on ABD. But, of course, Faizan's out of ERS also. ABD is just conserving his ERS, I guess, to use it in the last couple laps of this race. Right then, still watching this battle between ABD and Faizan. Faizan is on full traction control. Jose here getting 3-second time penalty. Faizan is on full TC. ABD is not. So that TC plays.
I think even ABD is
Apologies.
on
TC
full
plays
TC.
massive effect as well as Faizan's pulled off into the pits. So has King James. I think it's another set of mediums till the end. Yes, it is. Faizan pit on to another set of mediums. Although those mediums have already a lap scrubbed into them, so I guess those tires will be up into temps earlier on. And yeah, Deepak's pit as well. So Ink has inhabited the lead of this race, but he will have to pit.
He'll have to
So will ABD, so will Strandy. So pretty much Deepak is in the lead of this race right now, like provisionally.
Unless
Well-
Heisenberg pulls off something and takes them to lap 26, takes the hard tires to lap 26, which is I don't think possible over here, but...
I mean, he can try. If he can
try, yeah.
manage his tires, he can well try. There's nothing wrong in trying. And who knows, maybe at the end of the day, it could play out fairly well for him.
Yep.
As we watch then, still this battle between Ink and ABD. ABD's tires, well, ABD has not pit yet, but he did get disconnected quite a lot in the middle, and because of that, his AI has put in a lot more wear than he would have realistically wanted on those tires. Ink pulls up into the pits, and that will be a penalty for ABD because he's pulled into the pits after the curb has started and not before. And well, that's just made things worse for ABD, hasn't it?
It has. He already had a 3-second penalty. Now he might have another one. Who knows? Heisenberg has jumped up to P4 with Ink and ABD deciding to box. Dark Knight is jumping positions. He's on P6 now. Alex on P3 will have to pit. He's taken them to 24 laps.
He has.
That's some good tire management going on.
Yeah, well, he will have to pit again at some point because, those cars are pretty much dead. Can we go on board Alex? Let's look at what his tires are looking like. Yeah. Oh wow, they're pretty much red. So that's at least 70% tire wear on those
Puncture
tires.
territory, maybe.
He's in exactly. He is in puncture territory. So either he is hoping for a miracle safety car, or he just well has to pit now. There's no other option for him.
He will have to pit. He can't take it till the end for sure.
Well, unless hear me out.
No.
He could try, but
No.
he will have to reduce his pace by a lot. He does have the ERS to do it to try and keep up his pace, but yeah, I think he's a lot more sane than that. He's gonna pit now.
No, he isn't.
He's staying out. Okay, I guess not. Well, he is gonna get overtaken by Heisenberg and Deepak here, and both of them have ERS and the DRS enabled. They're going 3 wide. Deepak is ahead. Heisenberg pulls out ahead as well. Alex, well, he just has to concede positions. And if you remember, Mamuk Admi, yesterday in Tier 3, we did have quite a few drivers running out of fuel on the last lap. You reckon any such will happen here?
I don't think so. We've already had 2 safety cars. 2 or 1?
We've had one.
1, yeah. 1 safety car and 1 VSC, I think. Wait.
Okay. Okay, well, Supremekai, you're disconnected. So we do apologize for the incidents. We will be right back.
Are we live?
Have you changed us to be right back? Mute us. Mute our audio.
Mute us.
Mute our audio. We are sorry for the inconvenience of being disconnected. We are facing some issues, but we are back. And
Indeed.
we were under safety car. We were getting live updates. I believe we were under safety car. And we could be restarting now. Yep, it is the restart. We're back on the correct time. Although Deepak's had a very good restart, obviously, by the looks of it, because he is, well, a second and a half ahead of King James. But Deepak has a penalty. Can we quickly look at the penalties? Deepak has a 3 seconds. Deepak could be losing his win here. He could be P3, but there's a scrap going on between Heisenberg and Jose Hero in the back. And Heisenberg is ahead. Heisenberg with a 3-second time penalty. He'll have to try and focus on getting as many positions up as possible within the next 3 laps. Dark Knight is getting fast. Ashray here as well. Can we have a look at the tyres as well while we're at it? Because of the safety car, I think a few drivers have been on to fresh soft, which Dark Knight seems to have done. So has Jose Hero. Yes. So Strendy, Heisenberg, Dark Knight, Alex, Neroth, DK99, and Stealthy Sunny all on fresh soft here. But Stealthy Sunny is lapped. So talk about that. But Strendy will at least try and get a P4. It is definitely on the cards for him, despite all the penalties, because he is fast enough to get those right now, especially with those very, very fresh soft. What do you think, Mamu?
Oh no, there's a spin. And
Oh,
Virat
no.
is third sector, yes. With a quick right hander over there. Okay.
Okay, that's one way of reacting to that. But moving on, we can see Dark Knight closing in onto Jose Hero here. Jose Hero already out of all of his ERS, and yeah, well, that just means he's not going to have any pace left at all. That is Stealthy Sunny, who's retired coming out of the final corner. A very, very bad race for him indeed. You can see Strendy and Heisenberg having a bit of scrap between themselves. Strendy is struggling compared to Heisenberg by the looks of it. He's not able to keep his car on track. I don't know why that's happening. It could be because of an oversteery setup. But yeah, for sure Strendy is struggling. Heisenberg's trying to close in onto Strendy here. I think there will be DRS. Yes, there is DRS. So that's going to help Heisenberg out a lot more. And we will have to see. With I'd say we're starting the penultimate lap quite soon. So not a lot of time left for these soft runners to make moves.
Meanwhile, King James picks up a 3-second penalty, so...
Oh,
Oh,
this
no.
contact. Oh, very lucky ghost there, but yeah, that might be a penalty for Heisenberg coming there because he did have contact with the rear of Strendy. Very, very unfortunate. But yeah, Ink is in a very good position now to win this race.
Yep. With King James picking up the 3-second penalty, Ink has to stick close. If he sticks close enough, he might just take the win away.
Indeed, but Deepak will be glad because he indeed will be finishing P2 because he is ahead of King James. And the podium is still a podium according to what Deepak has said multiple times. Ink it does seem to be struggling a bit through corners, so he does have quite a bit of a straight line he's set up here. ABD is trying to force him to make a mistake as well. If Ink and ABD start scrapping, Ink could fall out of that 3-second gap to Deepak and might have to settle for P2, which of course Ink will not like.
He will definitely not like it. And ABD might try to take a fight and get onto the podium spot, which looks a bit difficult, but... Okay.
It is a bit difficult.
Yep, it is. With the 3-second penalty, it is...
Indeed, but Dark Knight will be gaining a lot of positions at the end of the day because he does not have penalties, whereas everyone else ahead of him has quite a few of those.
Dark Knight is a great shot at P5, P4, depending on how close he is to ABD or Inko there.
For sure, and considering he's made a move on Jose Hero now, they're going side by side, but I think it'll be a clear-cut move. It is for Dark Knight with that advantage for the soft tires as we start the final lap of this race. Jose, well, he will be dropping down to P10, that's for sure. He's not going to be liking that. Dark Knight, on the other hand, is in for a P5 finish here.
Just has to hold on to this. Just has to hold on to
Just
getting no
has to hold
penalties. Yeah. Hold on for one sector now.
One more sector to go. If
And
King
Ink-
James can somehow slow Ink down, then that will prevent Ink from getting that win. Can King James do it though? That is the question. I don't think it will be enough because, well, let's see. Yeah, King James definitely won't be able to. He's not trying any of those tactics out. Deepak is coming across the final corner, has driven a beautiful race himself, will cross the line in P1 on track. However, Ink will win this race because he did not have any time penalties. Deepak P2, King James P3, ABD and Dark Knight P4 and 5 respectively. Amazing weekend for the Red Bull drivers. Faizan P6, Ashray P7, BK19 P8, Heisenberg P9, Jose Hero P10, Alex P11, and I could not get to read the rest. But that is your top 10.
What a great drive from Ink and Dark Knight. Getting no penalties over there. Jumping a lot of drivers in the final seconds. Great racing.
Amazing racing. The safety cars in the in the sprint race were a bit of a bummer, but the main race, of course, made up for it.
Yep, indeed. There we see the podium celebrations. Right.
Well, that was your Mexican GP. Amazing race for Tier 2. But the action is not over because we do have the podium interviews and we still have Tier 1 to go.
Tune in at 8 p.m. tonight to watch one of the fastest drivers in India to
One of the fastest, I'd say they are the
Few of the
fastest F1
fastest.
drivers in India.
they are. They'll be squabbling out tonight at 8 p.m.
At
so
Mexico. So, same format, one shot qualifying, sprint race, and then, of course, a 50% race. So, make sure to tune in tonight at 8 p.m. Meanwhile, let's get our podium sitters to join the interview. Let's see. We just wait for them. In the meanwhile, Mamu Kadmi, why don't you sum up the race for us?
it was a pretty eventful race with a lot of clean overtakes, a couple of safety cars. Dark Knight being lucky with the strategy over there. Ink, after losing out quite a few positions due to the first safety car, he made a great comeback drive to come in and win the race with no penalties. Deepak had a solid drive. He held on to P2 over there, and King James on P3. Okay, I think we had the drivers for the podium interview.
Not yet. We're getting a few of them in, but keep going.
Alright. Yeah, a pretty solid race after a couple of safety cars, so simply you can take over.
Sure, I will take over then for the podium interviews. Currently, we only have 2 of the drivers, and let's see if King James will be joining us. In the meanwhile, let's get started with our P2 sitter, Deepak. Are you there?
Yep.
Alright, Deepak, that was a pretty good race from your side, especially after the middle point where you took the lead and an absolute dominant performance from then on out, staying in P1. Of course, you did have to make a pit stop eventually, but still, you were net P1 at that point, and literally for half of the race, you have been P1. So, what were you thinking throughout then? I mean, you did unfortunately get a 3-second time penalty, and that pushed you down to P2. But yeah, talk us through all of your race.
Yeah, I would say finally the luck aligned for me because I think it was pretty unfortunate for FIFA Kanak. I think he overtook the safety car by mistake and he got disqualified, which really sucks. I mean, he's got a lot of pace. But I actually spiced up the win a lot more. But yeah, it is what it is. And also regarding the track warnings, I think I got 2 very unfair warnings. We'll be checking with stewards later. But whatever it is, still it was a very good race. Finally, things all aligned properly. So yeah, very happy with the performance and congratulations team on the win.
Indeed, pretty good performance from you, Deepak. Mamu, do you have any questions for Deepak?
No, I don't.
All
This was
right.
pretty solid drive. Congrats on the podium, bro.
Indeed.
Thanks again.
Who knows, maybe one day next week or something, Oh, well, not next week, but, at some point, maybe the next round, maybe a P1's on the cards.
Yeah, I really hope so. Thanks for it though.
Solid drive.
Yep,
Congrats.
solid drive, man. Congrats on the podium.
Yeah, thanks again.
Moving on to our P3 then. King James, are you there?
Hello. Yeah, I'm here.
All right, King James, a pretty eventful race for you as well. I'm not sure where you started. I do apologize for that, but yeah, I believe. I mean, you were hanging about the top 10 for the most of the race, weren't you?
Yep. I started 8th, and yeah.
Yeah, well, it was a roller coaster of a race for you, and still ending up on the podium despite all of that. Is it your first podium of this season? I can't tell.
Yeah, man. Yeah, first time I have
Ah.
podium tennis also. So I mean, yeah.
Oh, great. That is amazing. Then I guess it's your first podium overall, so congratulations on that. Talk
Thanks.
us through what you're feeling. I mean, because first podium, a pretty solid drive. Of course, that 3-second time penalty was unfortunate, but
Yeah.
still a pretty solid drive at the end of the day.
Yeah, it was really good. I mean, pace was also strong. I think Deepak was pushing. I was trying to get into his DRS and keep Ink also kind of behind. So, and then I was thinking that time win was on the cards because I think Ink and myself didn't have a penalty. Then unfortunately, pushed too hard and cut
Yep.
the thing. So then yeah, but it was overall really great. Thanks guys for a great race. Deepak, Ink, thank you.
Yeah, you too, man. That was good racing too.
Yeah.
The lovely sportsmanship between the drivers. We love to see that. Congratulations, King James. Hope to see a lot more of you on the podium.
Thank you.
Right then, moving on to a race winner, Ink.
Hello, sir.
That was a pretty good race from you. I mean, at some point, I think you were in an incident with a few people, and me and Mamu Kadmi, we were discussing how you were on a kind of a bot strategy
Yeah.
because of how you pit, and then literally a lap after that, the safety car came out,
Yeah.
and then I understand you would have been frustrated at that point.
Yes, I was because I lost the I fell back 8 positions, and the guys behind me got a free thing position, so it was frustrating.
Right. Well, it is understandable, but still, I mean, you showed excellent amount of pace, and of course, you didn't have a lot of VRS throughout the race for yourself. But
Yeah.
still, you're on pure pace alone. You've made up a lot of positions, and yeah, I mean, talk us through all of that because at the end, if when you saw Deepak getting a penalty and King James getting a penalty as well, seeing how everybody was closing in on you, did you perhaps think that you might lose out to the win here?
Not really. I knew my setup was more suited to sector 2 and 3, so I was gaining time there. But King James being in front of me, I was planning to attack him in the last 2 laps when he didn't have a penalty. But as he got the penalty, I tried to be in his DRS, and I think ABD had got a bit of damage in the last right hand last corner. So I heard a sound, I saw his car go, so I knew he had a front wing damage a bit at least. So I knew he didn't have that optimal pace in sector 2 and 3 with the wheel. So I knew as soon as King James got the penalty, I was sure that I'll be winning it.
Yeah, up front, I was kind of hoping these guys would scrap a bit more, but the moment I saw King penalty, I was pretty sure Ink is gonna just stay.
Yeah. I was chilling in 5 tenths behind him. But overall, in the start, it was very chaotic, with Faizan. Then I forgot who was it, FIFA Kanak. FIFA Kanak was much more peaceful, but I chose the alternate strategy, the OG strategy of Mexico, SMM this time. So I backed myself. I knew if I went on to hard mediums with others, I didn't have a chance to, stand apart, and I backed myself. I only got one warning in the whole race. The main reason was because I chose the softer compounds. I knew if in the practice race as well, when I did it, I was much more comfortable with the SMM or SMS rather than HM or MH, what these guys did. So overall, a good race. Very, very happy. Me and Heisenberg were in the same VC trying to help each other out. We were doing the same thing. We were going a bit compound softer than what others were going. So
Yep.
yeah, very pleased with the result.
All right
Yes,
then, fair
solid
enough.
recovery.
Exactly, solid recovery from you. But yeah, that was your tier 2 race. Congrats, of course, all of the podium sitters once again. But fear not, the action is not over. We have tier 1 coming up tonight at 8 p.m. as we were discussing earlier. Well, of course, you would want to tune in to watch the fastest drivers on the F1 game from India, don't you? Of course you do. So make sure to tune in at 8 p.m. tonight. And if you do want to take part in these races yourself, then of course make sure to join our Discord server. The link is on your screen as well as in the description. And well, follow us on all of our social medias, Instagram, Twitter. We of course post all of our updates and such on there. And well, we will be having a break week for the next 2 weeks, but fear not. We will, if you do want to, we're going to have a lot of things in the middle that we will be arranging to keep the drivers entertained. So do make sure to, of course, join the server to take part in those yourself. That is it from IRC. That is it from me. That is it from Mamu. And that is it from all of the streamers that joined us. Thank you, Moto as well, for taking part in the first half of this for the stream. We will see you guys tonight, and bye-bye.
A small correction to what Simply said. We will be having a race in China next week. Yeah, it is on the calendar. So apologies to anyone who's watching. And yeah, once again, thank you. Yeah, but it's my favorite track. So yeah, it's another discussion for later time. So thank you to whoever's watching. Yeah, see you later. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.